There is a judge in Alabama. His name is Judge Myron Thompson. He's a U.S. district judge. And originally the governor of Alabama said, guess what? We are going to defund the Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood because we can just do that. They say they can do it without cause. But the governor still cited the cause as being involving those videos that people saw of supposedly people at Planned Parenthood talking about how they were going to sell baby parts to the highest bidder. Judge Myron Thompson steps in and says, quote, "This argument is not persuasive because the defendants do not dispute the plaintiff's assertions or the evidence in the record that Planned Parenthood Southeast does not engage in fetal tissue donation. Yeah. The practices purported to be portrayed by the videos, therefore, cannot possibly cause any harm to the state or to Alabama taxpayers." It's amazing. They did a bunch of investigation about this afterwards and said that in the last 2 years, the total amount of money paid by the Medicaid in Alabama was less than $5,000, and none of it went toward actual abortions or anything like that. Yeah. Interestingly enough, this judge, Myron Thompson, in 2014, overturned a law that would have, it's another way that they were fighting this battle. That battle being that they were going to mandate essentially that abortion clinics have admittance in the hospital, basically saying like, unless you're in a hospital, unless you're in a hospital, you can't get an abortion. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah.
Who does he think he is, George Wallace? I mean, it's not like Alabama has a history of politicians and elected officials trying to buck what the Fed is the federal government and other states are trying to do. I mean, who does this guy think he is?
Anyway. I think he models himself quite after George Wallace, actually.
I think so, too.
Yeah, and so Planned Parenthood was very easily able to say that we don't actually engage in that. And there's a lot of frustrating things coming out of the multi-month battle that we've had recently with the right against Planned Parenthood. And you've heard very often that Planned Parenthood says that the vast majority of the people that come in do not come in for anything abortion related, which is totally true. But also true is that many Planned Parenthood clinics do not offer abortions. Many states, actually, all of their Planned Parenthood clinics do not offer abortions. So, like, I made a video about this when Louisiana had their money taken away because of the fetal tissue research, which is ironic because there's only 2 Planned Parenthood clinics in Louisiana. They don't participate in the fetal tissue research. They don't even offer abortions. But for some reason, 1 or 2, and I believe it was actually 2 Planned Parenthood places actually participated in this. That's the whole focus of the videos, was 2 places. All of these different states can use it as a way to get what they've wanted all along, which is to defund Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a glimpse at the way that this is being fought. You know, everyone, I think, who faces, what you could take away from this is everyone who faces an issue that they want to, fight for or against. And they wonder, like, how do you even do something like this? This is the way that the governor is trying to get it done. Yeah. And it's a way that involves pushing the amount of power that the governor himself has. And this requires, if you are for Planned Parenthood still existing and getting the funding that it does need for Medicaid and the federal government, if you are for that happening, we need people in the judiciary who are able to say, no, this is against the law. And to further point out that the law says that you can't use money for federal funding for abortions unless it's in very strict cases, which essentially are things that Republican candidates for president say, like the endangerment of the mother, rape, incest. A lot of them say that that's okay.
Not all of them, though.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Not
all of them say that there should be exemptions for those things. Yeah.
Right, but that said, even still, there's no federal funding that's going toward this stuff.
Yeah. Totally.
To speak of, especially not in Alabama, where really the money only went to birth control for people who are low income.
Yeah. I didn't realize people took birth control in Alabama, but going back to Planned Parenthood, and the reality is that they offer pap smears for low-income women, birth control and contraception, pelvic exams, a host of other
STI exams.
Right, a host of other things other than this branded concept of abortion. And I'm wondering how this judge would justify that, like taking a pap smear away from a woman who can't afford it. Those things are expensive as I mean, they are
Really?
insanely
Oh,
expensive.
you just smear the pap. That's all you do.
Oh, right. That's like all there is to it, right?
What does that cost? You just you find the pap and you smear it.
It depends on how many paps you got to do.
Give or take. Right.
Is that really how much it costs?
It's like it depends on what you get. So yeah, $185 to $300, and then if you do lab work, that's another couple $100. So we're talking about a lot of money on the table. I mean, I guess nobody really wants that job, which is probably why it's so expensive. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to smear any paps. I don't think I've ever smeared my own pap.
Oh God.
To be honest, I don't really know what it is, which is why I feel
That's
totally
okay.
fine.
It's you don't.
Ironically, Planned Parenthood could educate us.
Could educate us, but I don't know.
The last point that I want to make on this is that this is a good ending, I guess, for this, that the judge does the right thing. But we do have to remember that we're sort of coming out of most of the investigation into Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood lost. They didn't lose everything. They didn't lose everything that the right wanted to take from them, all of their funding, but they did effectively admit that they had done something wrong when they hadn't when it comes to fetal tissue research. And they are now backing off of the fetal tissue research. They're not going to accept the donations in exchange for the tissue, which means they will do less of it. And considering that this is a medical procedure that has literally saved millions of lives over the past century, that is a loss for Planned Parenthood, a loss for America, and a loss for humanity. And it comes to you courtesy of the GOP.